Hi, I'm Carl. Welcome to Saturday Shop Tour. This week we're visiting Jimmy Basin of Bird of Paradise Flowers. Let's get started. If you're new here, please let us know in the comments below.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Basin Gilpatrick, and welcome to Bird of Paradise Flowers. I've been a florist my entire life. I opened this store in 2012. We chose Bristol Borough because it was a good location to deliver to all the surrounding cities: Philadelphia, Camden, Trenton, Princeton. We buy our flowers from all over the world. We go through local wholesalers, we buy farm direct, and we even buy from auction. They come from everywhere from Hawaii to South America, Canada, Holland, you name it, we probably get something from that continent. Well, we get orders in from lots of different areas. People, of course, call on the phone. They place orders over the phone. They call, they come in the shop here. They order online on our website. We also are affiliated with wire services like FTD, and they send us orders as well.
How does your inventory work?
Well, a lot of it's historic. Historically, I remember what we did last year. I have an idea of what's in the bin for tomorrow, so therefore I keep a good inventory. I know obviously we're going to sell a lot of fall-colored flowers in the next few months, and then of course Christmas time will be reds and whites, and you know it's seasonal and based on what we did last year versus how the numbers look this year. Are we up? Are we down? And we adjust the product accordingly.
What's the shelf life?
Usually, I would say we keep flowers here. Our turnover here, when they come in from the farm, they're here for about a day, and then they're out the door. That way they have the longest life at the recipient's home for about a week or two, depending on what it is. They're generally, though, I don't like to keep fresh product here more than 2 days.
This is your primary workbench? This is your bench?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I do most of my work here. All my designing, I kind of counter hop around depending on what we need to do. It's not a big area, but it's well laid out as far as it works for what we do here. And as sometimes that changes. And we, of course, can modify the space to accommodate the changes in the industry or our volume or the season even, depending on what we're doing at the time.
How have things been with you during COVID?
COVID, it's been interesting because I feel that it's been steady. We lucked out as far as people couldn't go and see their relatives, so they could send things. So we were very able to fill that niche for people. But it's been okay. It hasn't been horrible, and it hasn't been the usual either. I mean, of course, all of our events got canceled and got pushed to either later this year or next year. But you hang in there and you change as what you have to do in business. You can ask any questions you want as I'm doing things, because I don't have a problem giving away any trade secrets.
So I'm guessing there's a technique to the layering, right?
I like to do fillers first because I feel like you cage your arrangement. What that means is you create, in essence, a cage that holds the flowers. I like to create the form, the shape first, and then build on it from there. I mean, everybody does it differently. That's the one beautiful thing about the floral industry, is they always say there's not a right or a wrong way of doing something. I always say the right way is the way I do it, of course, but I think any florist would say the same thing. So once I get the basic shape done, then I just keep building upon it. But I also think that it has a lot to do with the quality of our flowers. I think the fact that they always are fresh, and we don't skimp when it comes to what we put in a vase per se, or a basket, or whatever kind of arrangement you're making. I would much rather throw the extra couple flowers in that I think the arrangement needs, opposed to like not put it in because I think that the cost isn't there. I mean, a happy customer and a beautiful arrangement is worth a lot more than not putting in an extra rose because you didn't pay for it or something. That's stupid.
So are there sort of categories or tiers of bouquets, like like a 50, a 75, $100 bouquet? Is that how it works?
Basically, how we do it here at Bird of Paradise is, I tend to like people that will, if you want something beautiful and you want something in mixed colors, do you want to spend something in the $50 range, in the $75 range? That way we know exactly what budget we're working with, opposed to, you going to the website and picking out some picture and then us trying to make that arrangement in that price point. I think it makes for a better arrangement and a happier customer, because now you've got something that's been created just for you, opposed to something that was, in essence, designed to be mass produced.
Yeah, I know that when I've called you, you said, how much do you want to spend, and
Yeah.
What is the person's favorite flower?
Exactly. Or colors
and if
even.
I don't know the colors, or if you want something seasonal.
Right.
Right. I'm assuming you do weddings as well, right? Flowers?
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely.
A big part of your business?
There's nothing that we really don't do when it comes to flowers and plants. I mean, we don't do outside like patio planters and things like that, but anything for cut flowers or interior plants, or fruit baskets, etc., gift baskets, we do. Just call us up, ask us, and we'll take care of it for you.
What's your favorite flower?
Well, I've got a lot of them, but I'd have to say it's plain or it's ordinary. I like yellow roses, ironically. Yellow is my favorite color. So I think you can never go wrong with just a classic roses. I think they're the most beautiful thing God ever created.
Are they the most popular flower that you sell, would you say?
Most popular, I'd have to say, would probably be, it's a toss-up between like mixed flowers. When I say mixed flowers, just like a spring mix, and red roses. Which is always funny, because like we'll order red roses and I'm like, oh man, I hope we go through them all, and then all of a sudden we have none. All right, there we go.
Bird of Paradise flower. 2 p.m. today.
Now this is different because this is a basket arrangement. So this is, we're putting it in the floral foam here, which I actually prefer making vase arrangements. It's so funny, like as a designer, doing it my whole life, like when I was younger, like, oh, I really want to do this or create that, and now that I'm older and I've done so much, like I find that I definitely have favorites that I like to do, and ironically, this is not one of them, even though it goes together very easily. But I much prefer to make a vase arrangement. I find that I think it's more therapeutic. I don't know, like I just working with the foam is fun and creative, but I still prefer just a beautiful vase of cut flowers, hands down, any day. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I think it's better for the flowers, because you can take the flowers out of the vase, change the water, clean water, where this is what it is. You can't do that with that. So, I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess, in the longs, but in my mind, I'm like, well, it's better for the flowers to be in the vase, so I like it better. And I think it's more green. Like there's no waste. Like I don't know. The floral foam does break down, but it is a petroleum product, and I feel that glass is just so much cleaner and more recyclable. And I don't know that for a fact. That's in my mind, it makes more sense.
So I'm assuming Valentine's Day is the busiest day.
You are incorrect. Mother's Day. Yeah, Mother's Day is the most busiest. And it's funny because Valentine's Day is a day where Mother's Day is like that whole week. Like, because people are coming and going, and you want it there early, so mom has it for the whole week. So we're very, very busy that entire time period. And then it's also prom season and wedding season. So it never fails that we'll end up having a prom and maybe 2 weddings on that same weekend, which can be a bit challenging logistically. It's never a problem getting all the work done. It's always a challenge with delivery because the wedding may need it at a certain time, and do we have a van ready to go? And we always pull it off. It's just another cog in the wheel that we have to deal with, which is always fun, especially when you're really busy like that. I think that's one of the unique things about the floral industry is other industries, they make something, whether it be we make watches or we make clothing, or we receive fresh product that needs to be processed. So it comes from the farm dry packed. We need to cut it and rehydrate it. Then when it's rehydrated, we actually make the arrangement. Once the arrangement is made, then it has to go out on delivery, which it's not just a matter of, well, let's just pack these watches and ship them to the jewelry store. It's got to go here, it's got to go there. They're all different shapes and sizes, and they don't fit in a one specific box. So it presents its own sense of challenges in that way too, which is sometimes difficult. I enjoy the challenge myself, and I really enjoy when people give us such positive feedback like they do, which is always really that made me definitely realize that I was in the right line of work, because so many people have such positive stories about us and our flower shop, which is such a wonderful thing at the end of the day. Like, I know I made someone smile. People that you meet.
Jimmy, what are these?
They're dye for flowers. It looks like it's like dye. You spray it on a flower and the petals, it's like it acts just
like a highlight on a pink highlight on a white rose.
Exactly. It acts just like spray paint, but it's designed so it stains and dyes the flower petals. It's pretty cool. Good for enhancing color, or if we have a request for, I don't know, pink and we only have white, we can tint them so there's that tinge where it doesn't look fake, but we can still accommodate a customer.
So you talked about the wired services, and they'll send you orders, and is there a format that you have to follow in order to make it close to what the person thinks they're getting?
They give us a recipe.
Okay.
And a lot of times that's why you'll see the computers at most of the area. So we can just log on and look up whatever they've ordered, and we can look at the picture and we can recreate it.
It's probably not as much fun for you.
It's not. I mean, the creativity is great when a customer calls up and says, "Oh, I want a Jimmy special," and I can just be like, "Okay, we've got these spectacular hydrangeas and calla lilies, and they gave me a budget of $100, and I can really do something beautiful." That's always my favorite. But the other stuff isn't bad either. Like, it goes back to, I don't have a problem making 5 of this arrangement if that's what comes through the wires either. That's okay. It keeps me busy all day long, and Lord knows I would certainly rather make a flower arrangement than go, have to, I don't know, dig a hole or something. It's always I look at my life where I'm pretty blessed as far as what I get to do. I mean, no matter what I'm creating, I know at the other end when the driver drops it off, someone's going to smile. So that's always a really good feeling based on whatever we're making. Even when I was saying when it comes to sympathy flowers, you know, I know that when someone's in that funeral home grieving, they have the comfort of sitting there looking at something beautiful is, you know, we did our part to help that family get through that awful day and, you know, have someone honored with a legacy. So it's all good.
Do you do classes or just with kids?
I do classes. I haven't done one in a while. I should probably get back on that now that things have evened out here a little bit. You know, it's hard because with COVID, I don't know. I mean, I've done a couple of classes. I used to do them over at the theater. I would take all the supplies there because they have a much bigger space. That's another problem. We don't really have a lot of space here to bring in 10 or 12 people. But in the past, I've done them at Bristol Riverside Theater where, you know, the people will bring a bottle of wine and I'll bring all the flowers over and we spend a couple hours having fun and learning some techniques, and they can create a beautiful arrangement that they can take home with them at the end of the night. I think your mother and your sister may have done it.
So.
Yeah. It's been a couple of years because I keep saying, oh, I need to do it, and then holidays and time goes by so fast, and here again, you know, another year goes by, but who knows? This year might be the year to do that. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, like I said, with COVID, no one's been able to do anything. So maybe this is the time to get involved in that again. I want to say thank you for stopping by Bird of Paradise and visiting with us today. It was a lot of fun. I hope you learned something. And if you have any other questions, just give us a call. We're always here. And if we're not here, leave a message and we'll call you back. All right? Take care. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, please consider subscribing. We feature a new maker tour every week.